The rules are simple. Select a random champion, choose masteries, runes and spells that match, and start up a game against 5 random AI controlled bots. Then the fun begins. Start a lane and farm as usual, trying to win the game against the 5 opponents before they beat you. The results are then posted in a league. 3 points for a win by destructing every enemy structure, 2 points for a win in any other way, and 0 points for a loss. The winner is then decided from a pool of 3-point champs, with the lowest winning time crowned the winner. This is the 1v5 challenge. Okay, for this challenge we have Elise, a champ which I'm not too great at playing. I only played a few times. The skin is Blood Moon Elise. Here are our opponents: Brand, Trundle, Veigar, Vladimir, and finally Nidalee. We're going to get matched up in the centre against Veigar, I believe. I'm going to start off with the obvious choice, going for a rod. At the beginning, we'll go straight to lane and see how that goes. Okay, so it's a difficult matchup. Veigar obviously has his stun, and he can poke from quite a range, as can I. However, not playing Elise much, I've gone for the safe option. I'm going to stay in spider form for much of this farming stage. Getting the Q off there on Veigar quite early on. He returns that damage though, using the heal ability to get some health back. Once again, landing the Q on Veigar. Just crucial at this point to get as much gold as possible. They're trying to last hitting the minions. Queuing to get that gold at the end, and leveling up the W. This will give us some attack speed, which later on will prove useful, but the Veigar gets the cage down, gets one hit off. Didn't utilise that as much as he could have done. Here we go, once again, trying to pressure this tower. It's crucial in this type of challenge to get as much pressure on that first tower as early as possible. With the new update, of course, the towers take less damage in the first 5 minutes of the game. But still, you really need to grind against that tower early on as much as you can. The cage goes down again, but it doesn't stun. Then the Q takes a bit of damage from Veigar's abilities at the same time. Pretty much blow for blow here against Veigar, but he's going to chase, but then the Q returns. Still matching each other early on. It's important as well to stay in lane for as long as possible, get as much gold early game too. Usually you won't see going back to base for the first 10 minutes or so. Getting another Q there, and he's slowly going down. He'll go back a bit here, leaving me a chance to farm. That's his return. This cage goes down again, misses it. 1 Q, the ignite on. Is it going to be enough? First blood. That's the crucial extra 400 gold that we need. So we've still got to try and stay in lane here. We've been forced back by the minions. We could do with, as the Veigar is back in the base, some pressure on the tower. However, we need to clear these minions first, which is going to be quite difficult with Elise. Try and get this large minion for the extra gold. And that's the last hit, 45 gold. And then straight away the 20 for the minion. Cage comes down. Veigar chases. There's a repel straight into Veigar. Moves out of the way of his W. Gets some more damage. Trading blow for blow once more. There's the Q. W comes down. We're going to stun. Oh, is that the next kill? There's the cage. No, but the Q is too strong. Takes away that percentage of missing health. And Veigar's down again. 2-0 Elise. Of course, this early laning stage doesn't really matter too much, as when all the champs come together it'll be a very, very different game. You can still lose by winning this early game against your one opponent in mid. Trust me, it's happened. Gotta try and get some of this damage down. Breaking the 5-minute timer. Let's try and get that extra damage that we need. Repels into turret range. And we're low health here. We can't really afford to do too much, but the stun, then the W. Oh, it's returned. Veigar has the stun, has an opportunity here. He can't pressure though. Are we going to be able to stay in lane? Got a chance here to stun. Quite low though. We're going to send the spider to do a bit of damage. I use 2% lifesteal, 2% spell vamp in the runes and masteries, so could stay in lane a bit longer if we get a chance to get nearer and farm. But if we get caught by that cage, there won't be any escape. Okay, bit of damage here. Spider attacks Veigar, we have a chance again. Going down to lower health. Then we're going to repel on him, use the Q. Has he got away though? He's walking, but there, the damage over time has got him in the end. Still laning, getting that gold. Up to 27 minions now at the 7-minute mark. Not great, but it's acceptable against bots. Yeah, some more damage. Let's try and get this tower down before the 10-minute mark. What we've basically got to do is match the outer lanes in speed of tower destruction. So we need to get this first one at the same time, if not earlier, than they do. The cage comes down from Veigar again. The tower is so low here. It needs maybe one hit. Are the minions going to get it? Veigar's coming forward. The minions are not going to get it. Veigar lands his Q. Can he get the last bit of health here? Cage is too far behind. Elise. The allied turret has been destroyed. We're behind schedule now, and we are very low. Some more damage there given by Veigar. Gonna try and farm these minions, get this health back. Cage comes down. Running a risky strategy here. And try and stay around the minions. Oh, avoiding the cage. Veigar's gonna come once more. There's the W. And the snare. And then we're gonna do some damage ourselves. Is the ignite gonna get him? The repel might. And it does. Using the opportunity now to lifesteal. Get a bit of our health back. Spider's starting to become a bit more powerful now. Got to get this tower down though. Tower and the minions are pushing our own minions back. We should get this though, it's one hit. Clearing the minions out of the way. And there we are, path cleared. There's the gold for the tower. We can go back at any point now to finish our rod, knowing the tower is safe. However, at this point, it's a dangerous game, as they might start to double up. We've got the stun, we've got the W, we've got the Q. Straight onto Vega. It doesn't do too much damage though. We're now quite behind with items. There's the stun, it lands. But now the Q onto Vega. Eating away at his health. We're going to rappel down onto him. We're going to be there. Oh, there's the spider to finish off. And we're going to finish off this farming. Trying to claim as much gold as possible and pressure that second turret. You can see bot lane now are getting quite close. This is where you run a risk if they get that second turret first. They're all going to crowd straight down there. A bit of damage on. It's going to get to about half health. And we can use the speed as Vega comes back towards us, moving out of the way. Transforming back into human form. It really is quite a difficult matchup here against the Vega. As we said at the start, he has abilities that can keep me quite at bay. We'll get back into human form at the moment. Is Vega going to try and go for that first kill? Gonna upgrade our spider form. Ultimate, and there we go, snare. And the Q lands. We've got repel available, we're going to go straight down on Vega. And we've got one Q, there it is. We're going to get out of there, we're going to try and use the minions to lifesteal. A bit back using the attack speed. And back up to health and quite safe. See how far we can push this turret. Will we get it down in time on the 12-minute mark? And there goes the turret. Okay, here's Nidalee. We're going to repel on top of Nidalee, use the Q, straight down, using the attacks. And there's the godlike. There we are, 7 kills to 0. And we're going to recall now back to base. And then when we come back out here, we are going to face Brand and try and push this bot lane. We've got the rod complete. I'm going to build a bit of attack speed and some cooldown reduction. Here we go, using the Q. Brand really had no chance there. 300 gold, it's useful. There's the 8th kill. Trying to clear these minions. We're going to try and push a bit further up now. We have the 2 minion towers. Remember, we get 3 points if we win this game by destroying all of their structures. Only 2 if we cannot manage to do that and just push middle lane, which originally was going to be the plan with a weaker champ in my opinion. However, we'll see how we go. We're going to teleport back into middle. There's 3 there. Teleporting straight back into danger. We're going to Q straight onto the Nidalee. Rappel straight down underneath. There comes the Vega's cage. What can we do about this? Vega's W comes down. Qing the Vlad. Not doing too much damage. We stun. And we're going down here. And it's shut down. 9-1. Too greedy there. We get the Nash's Tooth. Hopefully that'll help do some damage when we have our W activated in spider form. But we are out of the game for a while. What can the bots do? They're all starting to crowd together in that middle area now. We're going to respawn and come towards them once more for a second go. What can we do this time? Clearing the minions out of the way first, using the W with the Nash's Tooth, starting to do a bit of damage. You can see the spiderlings getting faster as well. Landing the Q on Vega, going straight towards him. What can we do with stun? And there's the W. Going for Vlad next. He pulls. We should have the Q available though, using his spell vamp to his advantage there, but the double kill is secure. And now what can we do? We've got our top lower turret under threat with Trundle, who will become a harsh adversary later in the game as he gets tankier. But here we go, we're going to put pressure on their base turret now. The attack speed really starting to work, putting some damage down. It's half health already. Can we get there before Veigar comes back? Looking to the lower turret. Can we get this tower down as it focuses us? We can. Veigar puts the cage, misses the cage at his event horizon. And the stun, the W, and there's the kill. Killing spree, there's the 12. 12-1. Gonna go on to Vlad now. Gets the attack speed using repel straight down behind him. Not much he can do. We're gonna snare, use the W, and the Q secures the kill. I'm gonna try and get back to this base before it goes down. Brand and Trundle pushing on it now. Let's start trying to build the Langi's Torment. They're going to back off a little bit here. So we're going to try and push this top lane. We've still got the enemy turrets, both of them in top and the bottom lane. We're going to put some pressure on Trundle. He's put his ice tower down. Going to repel on top. Going to try and get that last hit. There's the Q, there's the kill. Brand now, he's doing some damage. What can we do though? There's the second Q and there's the double kill secured. 15-1. I'm going to try and push this lane now. Try and get those towers down. And as we're pushing further on, there's someone in the grass above. Here's Vlad from the side. We're going to repel down before he can land any of his abilities. We're going to try and snare. The snare misses. What can we do now? We're going to use our Q on him. Do a bit of damage. There's the pool though. Is he going to escape? We're going to try and snare him. We can't do it. And spider form, we're going to try and chase after him, a bit greedy, but we're not going to get there. And Vlad is off and safe. I'm going to try and focus back on getting this turret down, repelling into the middle of the minions. Attack speed activated. Here's Brand and Trundle though, they're not going to be too pleased about this. Alright, Pillar of Ice comes down, Brand's W comes down. Lots of damage being dealt here. And damage over time, and we're going to get away. Oh, low health here. In the 60s, one hit of anything. That will be it. We land the snare, we're going to use the spider. What can we do? Can we get away here? Brand's got more speed. He's going to use his... Oh! Oh, that's it. We're down. 15-2. We've got the Leandri's Torment just in time now as we have 4 pushing on our top tower. It's going down in health. The spider goes straight into the minions, gets those 3 kills. We need to clear these minions as fast as possible. There's not much we can do here. We can't go in on 4 bots. Even if they are bots, they are going to destroy us. We need to try and poke them from a distance until they are a bit lower in health, then we can go in. Okay, we'll try and stun the Trundle. We miss. Use our W, clear this wave as quickly as we can. What can we do from here? Brand lands his W. So do we though. Is Vlad down? Vlad's down. Trundle's coming onto us though as Brand uses his passive. There's the ignite, double kill. Can we get the triple? Secure. The Andreas Torment there, proving its magic penetration. Can do the job against Trundle at the moment. Late game though, we're starting to enter, and Trundle is only going to get stronger than this. Can we get the top turrets down? I'm going to try and clear this wave as quickly as we can. We need to carry some minions with us. At the moment we just have the 1 and the spiderlings. Can we push? There's Nidalee in the distance. What can she do? We're going to get tempted into following her here. There's the vision going down. And she's too far gone. But Vlad is not. There's the stun. There's the W. There's the Q. Burning with Leandri's Torment. Going into the bush. Vlad sees us. We're going to stun. We're going to use the Q. We're going to turn into the spider. Use the W. Use the Q. And the kill is secured. There's Brand and Trundle. They're going to fall for the same trick. There's the stun. There's the Q. There's the change to spider. There's the W. There's the Q. There's the kill. Now what can we do to Trundle? We've used the repel, we can't get to him, but we have the snare back again, which we don't land. It's missed, and Trundle is safe for now, but there's the spider. It's going to get him. There's the W. Missing the snare again. Back into spider form. Gonna get too greedy there. We need to get this tower down. Push these minion waves back as far as we can. Looking at lower tower there. Really, we're getting pressured at our base from the bot lane. We need to get this turret down as quickly as we can before our own base is under threat. You can see in the middle the bots are having to clear our own. Okay, there we go. Repel behind the brand, the Q lands, then the stun, then the W, and the kill. First kill in spider form was against the Vega. The first kill in human form is against the brand, using the attack range to my advantage. Now we're going to go back to base, and the next item we're going to try and go for is going to be the Lifesteal and Spellvamp Hextech Gunblade item. May not be the most powerful item, however we can recoup our health a lot faster. We're going to wait here to get the 850, we're going to do a bit of a dance to make it a dramatic purchase, and there is the Hextech Gunblade. We're going to try and clear away this bot lane now. Only a few minions left for this wave. Our minions doing the job, starting to build up and go for it. Okay, next we have that. The enemy inhibitor is back up again. And we're going to go into the jungle just to get a bit more gold. There it is. Nice, quick and easy. Let's try and get the red buff here. And it's as easy as that. Straight kill. And then back to lane to try and push a bit further. Are we going to go for dragon? Possibly. Let's see, we're going to push the lane though for now. This is the only lane where the turrets are still standing. Going to try and get these 3 points by destroying all the structures if we can. Pushing back. Our attack speed now starting to pay off. And here we go on the turret, using it again, doing more damage over time. There we go. Tower is down, one more to go in this lane. Vlad starting to push top lane though. Can he get to our base turret before we get to theirs? He's got some friends joining him. And it looks like they might get there. There we are, doing some damage on this turret. We need to go back to base now though, as they push towards our base turret. Cannot afford to lose that inhibitor. What we're going to purchase, we're going to get some attack speed boots, just further proving our attack speed credentials. There they are. They're all going to chase me into the base. They're going to try and put some damage down. Brand lands his W. Trundle is going to try and pretend to be brave. He's not that though. We land our snare. Brand lands his W. There's the Pillar of Ice. And Vega, what's in the event horizon down. Gonna repel behind though. What can we do from here? Brand tries to land his W. Misses. The attack speed really comes through. It's the triple kill. The quadra kill. And there we are, 25 for 2. Putting down some good damage now. A few hits with that W is all it takes. In conjunction with that Q, we still have the inhibitor. We need to really push this top lane back though.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Okay, we have super minions back in that middle lane. We've got the minions pushing that through for us. So we have that chance. The second obstacle we might face here is if we want to destroy all structures, we could be facing competition from our own team. The minions could push through before we get a chance to destroy all these structures. Adds that extra level of difficulty to getting those 3 points, especially with a champ like Elise, who takes quite a bit of time to push through on the towers, but that's what we're going to try and do now, pushing through on top lane. Here we go, we're going to go towards now. Some minions behind us, quite far though. Let's try and get this wave out. We've already been damaged a bit from our own minions going down mid lane. What can we do here? Got Brand and Trundle coming. Trundle puts down the Pillar of Ice. We put the Q on Trundle. We're not doing loads of damage, but we're going to repel on top of him. Let's try and get that W off. We've got the kill, Legendary. Going to put the Q onto Brand, who puts the W on us, but too late. Damage over time pays off with our auto attacks. Look at the speed at which we can dismantle this turret now with our Spiderlings. And can we get this inhibitor? Or are we going to go for the Nidalee? Clearing the minion wave. The Q onto the Nidalee. We're in turret range though, there's 3 there protecting their turret. Really need to get the lower turret down low. So we get the 3 points for disabling all structures. We're going to teleport right into the action on bot lane and try and push this through. And straight away activate our W, pushing straight through those minions. 28 minutes on the clock. And the score is 28-4-2. And here we go, there's the 199th minion destroyed. And there's the 200th. We've just gone over that mark of 28 minutes. Try and push through on this bottom turret before the minions get their base. It's going to be close. Here we go, can we do it? Going to repel right into the action. We'll do W to get the speed boost. And there we are, we're going to go for Nidalee. And we get her down. Turret is still standing. We have a chance to get these last structures. The W comes down there, the Pillar of Ice. Can they get the comeback? There is this stun and the kill on Vlad. Now it's Trundle in the way, puts his Ice Pillar down. We're going to repel though onto the back. There goes Vega. What can we do now? Trundle is helpless, and there is the Quadra. We're going to be greedy. Let's go for the pentakill. Going to be in human form. Going to stun him. Going to use the Q again. Spider Q, and there's the penta. We have the ace. We need to destroy those structures though before the minions get the base, and that's done. Going to clear those minions and get this enemy Nexus, as they have no chance to come out of the base. There's the victory. Elise, 3 points.